Are you looking for the best monitors for Xbox Series X? In this video we will look at some of the best monitors for Xbox Series X on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Samsung Odyssey Neo G8S32BG85. The Samsung Odyssey Neo G8S32BG85 is the best monitor for Xbox Series X that we've tested. It's a fantastic gaming display with a very fast response time across its entire refresh rate range, ensuring a smooth and responsive gaming experience. Although the Xbox Series X can't take full advantage of the monitor's 240Hz refresh rate, it still delivers an incredible gaming experience at 120Hz with smooth motion handling, and it's fully compatible with everything the Xbox offers. This high refresh rate is also great if you want to connect a gaming PC, but if you prefer getting something with a lower 165Hz refresh rate, the Samsung Odyssey Neo G7S32BG75 is an excellent option that you can often find for cheaper. The Neo G8's picture quality stands out thanks to its impressive mini LED backlighting, which allows for fine control of the local dimming zones. It results in bright highlights that pop next to deep blacks in dark rooms, and there's very little blooming in dark scenes. It even displays a wide range of colors, and, combined with its high peak brightness, those colors look vivid for a great HDR gaming experience. At number 2. LG 32GR93UB. If you want a high-end monitor but don't necessarily need all the bells and whistles of the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8S32BG85, consider the LG 32GR93UB. It's a 32-inch, 4K monitor like the Samsung, with the main difference being that it doesn't have mini LED backlighting. This means it doesn't offer the same great picture quality, but if your main focus is on gaming performance and not the picture quality, it's an excellent option. You can also consider the Gigabyte M27M27U if you care about great picture quality, as it gets brighter and delivers deeper blacks than the LG, but it has increased input lag at 60Hz and is sometimes harder to find. The LG has a lower 144Hz refresh rate than the Samsung, but that doesn't make a difference, as the Xbox reaches a max of 120Hz anyway. It also has remarkable motion handling, even with 120Hz and 60Hz signals, and it works well with the Xbox Series X because it has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth that lets you take full advantage of the console. Its VRR support also works with most signals on the console to reduce screen tearing. At number 3. Gigabyte M27U. If you're looking for something cheaper in the mid-range price category, check out the Gigabyte M27U. It's similar to the LG 32GR93UB, with a 4K resolution, but has a smaller screen. It's a step down in overall gaming performance, as it has a slower response time, particularly at 60Hz, but motion looks smooth regardless. Another difference is that it's limited to 24 gigabits per second HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, which is half of the LG's 48 gigabits per second bandwidth. This means that the Xbox needs to use compression for demanding signals, which could negatively impact the picture quality, but 4K at 120Hz signals still work without issue. Luckily, it has a few extra features that the LG doesn't have, like a backlight strobing feature that you can use as low as 60Hz, which helps reduce persistence blur but can also have some flicker issues. There are other options from Gigabyte you can find similar to this one, and if you want a bigger screen, the Gigabyte M32U is another great option with many of the same features. However, because it costs more for a minimal difference in performance, only consider it if you want the larger size. At number 4. LG 27GPA50B/27GP83BB. If you don't need a 4K monitor and don't mind getting a lower resolution display for less, there are some excellent gaming options in the lower mid-range price category. One of those is the LG 27GP850B/27GP83BB, which has a lower 1440p resolution than the Gigabyte M27U, meaning images are less sharp and detailed, but that's the trade-off for getting something cheaper. It doesn't have HDMI 2.1 bandwidth either, so it can't take full advantage of the Xbox Series X, but that just means it doesn't support 4K at 120Hz, as other signals work without issues. It even downscales 4K at 60Hz, which results in a more detailed image than native 1440p. In terms of its gaming performance, motion looks incredible at 120Hz, thanks to its fast response time. It remains fast even at 60 Hz, resulting in minimal blur. It also has wide viewing angles that make it ideal for co-op gaming, but it doesn't offer swivel adjustment to turn the screen easily. If you want a monitor with that, you can also consider the Dell Alienware GS2724D, which is in the same price range but has slightly worse motion handling. At number 5. Dell G2724D. If you're looking for the best Xbox Series X monitor on a budget, then the Dell G2724D is a great choice. It has similar specs to the LG 27GP850B/27GP83BB, as it also has a 27-inch, 1440p screen, but the main trade-off is that it has fewer features. It doesn't have a USB hub or an audio output, so you would need to get headphones compatible with the Xbox Series X to get sound, but removing all these features keeps the cost low. The Dell is still excellent for gaming because it has fantastic motion handling at 120 Hz and 60 Hz, meaning there's minimal blur trail with fast-moving objects. It has no compatibility issues with the Xbox, but like the LG, you won't get 4K at 120 Hz signals as it doesn't support HDMI 2.1 bandwidth. It has rather limited picture quality, too, as it has a low contrast. It also isn't ideal for darkroom gaming. However, if you want a budget-friendly option that delivers great picture quality, check out the AOC Q27G3XMN. It features mini LED backlighting and looks great in darkrooms with deep blacks, but in terms of pure gaming performance, the Dell still has an advantage thanks to its faster response time. At number 6. Gigabyte GS27QC. If you need a simple and cheap gaming monitor for your Xbox Series X, look into the Gigabyte GS27QC. It has similar specs to the Dell G2724D as it maintains a 1440p resolution, but the main difference is its panel type. It uses a VA panel with worse viewing angles and more smearing with fast-moving objects than on the Dell, but it has a few advantages, like its higher contrast, so blacks look deep in dark rooms. While it doesn't have the fastest response time, it's still good enough for most gamers and has impressive gaming performance. It works well with the Xbox, and besides the lack of 4K at 120 Hz support, there aren't any compatibility issues. Unlike the Dell, it has an audio output, so you can connect your headphones directly to the monitor and get sound from your console. It also has a curved screen to bring the edges closer to you, but because of its limited ergonomics and narrow viewing angles, it isn't ideal for co-op gaming.